Hold on. Hold on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boom.
What we got? What we got?
Dude. We live, bro.
How are we doing, live people here? How many we got? 6,000? 7,000? How many?
Say hi to your people.
What's
11. 11. Okay, Travis Bagent, welcome to episode number 57, Beauty and the Beast. What's up?
Dude, I smashed it last time with that Delta story. God, people are blowing me up.
That was good shit, bro.
Ah,
What are they saying? What are they saying?
just people, just you know how people are, man. They're just a lot of people. It's the first time they thought it was my first show ever, so they were hitting me with the man. I saw that you told that story. That's crazy.
The first show ever? Some people
I'm just
don't
saying,
know.
yeah. Some people have no clue. They just happen to have strolled across the live event and thought it would be,
Yeah.
A good idea.
Okay, so I didn't do a ton of preparation. Admittedly, I've got a lot of hands full over here in the household that is Gary Roberts' home. But I sent you 2 small videos. Did you watch them?
I tried to watch Devin's, but I was so fucking bored. I couldn't. It's really hard to finish it. But I imagine he's talking about patience and timing and all that good shit, I guess. Yeah. It was really weird. I thought it was really weird, and I did not like it very much, the whole video.
Hold on. I would like to, don't say anything so the camera doesn't cut off. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you can see that is my nerd, my little Bubs. He's sleeping. So we're on Bubs time. So I sent, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have some
Super
people,
chat,
super chat,
$5, $10, super chat.
19 people in the. Stacy Morgan has already super chatted. So
What'd he say?
He said, "Can somebody call Travis an Uber?"
Oh yeah, because you told him that I was late.
Yeah. And
I didn't realize that you were going live.
Dude, this is
I'll tell you anything to get you off the phone. And then you hit me with my buddy. I was talking to my buddy and I said, man, I'm starving. Let's go eat lunch. He said, you just told somebody on the phone that you'd be home in 45 minutes. Yeah. And that was 25 minutes ago. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I got to go.
Oh, no, you didn't. Okay,
I almost forgot you.
So I am now upping my game and confidence level. Before we were doing this and I would just click live now. But I had some people saying, hey, give me a few minutes heads up. And I said, I'm not even sure how to do that. So now I figured out how to let people know in advance. And I knew I was taking a huge gamble by trusting you with the 45 minutes.
Don't ever do that. Are you nuts?
But I wanted to let people give them ahead of time so they don't miss. Because if they don't get the live one, I won't put this on the channel till next week now. And one of the reasons for anyone out there watching, I don't like 720. It really drives me nuts. 720 resolution is what this is being recorded at. And I just can't. That's not good enough for me. 1080 is minimum. So now I pull it down, then I got to upscale it to 1080. And it takes a few days. So Nicholas Farina, he wanted you to know that he took a lunch break at 11:45, and so half of his lunch was wasted waiting on you. You messed up his lunch, bro.
Yeah. Well, listen, get some new role models there, kid. I am going to let you down from time to time, okay?
Okay, so our show is brought to you by NatFit.
NatFit.
Western Survivor. You know, he sent me, Adam, Western Survivor, he sent me a lot of product, and I think I'm almost through it. I'm gonna go.
What a glutton. What a glutton.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I don't know how much he sent me, but I know that I'm going through it faster than I should. So that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let me tell you about Stacey Morgan, okay? Stacey Morgan, he's not an arm wrestler. And I'm not even sure if I exactly understand what this guy does, but he runs a channel that I feel like his goal was to unite channels that would like to make it big. So he reaches out to different people who I'm just guessing. Let's say anyone less than 1,000 subscribers, and he gets them all as like a collective, and he makes these little awards and tries to like get them all to band together. But then he realized, oh, I've become a fan of the arm wrestling community. So he's like, instead of reaching out to all these other small channels, maybe I can help the arm wrestling community get big. So
Like it.
So he's kind of like trying to buy us off a little bit by dropping the $20.
I am a little more expensive, Stacy, than the other guys.
Yeah.
However, I'm ready to be pimped, baby. I am ready to be pimped.
I don't know Stacey Morgan that well, but here is what I think is going to happen. He's going to be super chatting $20, blah, blah, blah. And if one day you ever make it really big, he's going to want a VIP ticket somewhere because he's going to be like,
problem.
He's going to be like, yeah. I super chatted you the whole pathway.
He's already in. He's already in. Okay. This weekend, next weekend, January 30th, Stacey Morgan, VIP at the Mountaineer in Martinsburg, West Virginia. You can come to the seminar for free. You can come to the after party for free. You can hang out with the beast as long as you're not a weirdo. If you bring a lot of money, you can even be a weirdo and hang out with me. But we would love to have you for free. There you go, Stacey. So keep super chatting. You got the VIP. Okay, so I sent you. Are you not going to comment about the new? I forgot. I'm going to comment about. Devin. When you were logging on, I was like, oh shit, he upped his game, but then I got sidetracked. Can you describe to me what's going on with the new just the new studio? This is just some of the digital backdrop, parts of the digital backdrop. I feel like it's Christmas. Case, come in here. I feel like I'm getting ready for Christmas morning and some marshmallows. Say hi.
Hi, Gary.
Hi. Do you know that I was looking? Can she hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. Yeah.
Can me? So I was looking for a family photo, and so I went on your Facebook wall to scrub your photos a little bit, and I came across a sexy bed photo. What? Like you in like some lingerie with like some nice. Whoa! What are you talking about? What is she talking about? Hey, will you switch it to the fish tank?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Anyways, I was gonna say this. You're very photogenic, lady.
Thank you, Gary.
Don't ever say dumb shit like that online. Jesus Cramley. Go ahead.
I thought there would be a big picture of Travis Bagent back there.
No. Just one with the fireplace. It's digital, though. It's digital. I can switch it up, do whatever I want. All right. So you got a little jelly of my studio. You're like, I gotta get a. I got a 30-inch digital screen. Booyah. So I sent you a video of Devin Laird, just a little voiceover. It's called a story about geese. Have the noise on, dumbass. A story about geese, and I was like, I want to know. I cannot picture Travis Bagent ever making videos like this. No, Devin is so artistic. Yeah, he's like artistic, and also too, like I think that if you heard that story and you were a dumb fuck, that would maybe raise your eyebrows or something. But a guy like me, are you shitting me? I knew the whole story 2 seconds after he started talking. But so he gets 17,000 views off some B-roll of him kicking a snowball, telling a little story, a little artistic twist to it. Beast. I was like, I want Travis to attempt to make some sort of video like this. I will. No Come on. I'll have it to you as soon as I get off of this phone. I'm gonna go do it right now. It's just,
So
yeah.
here's my. Did you see? I just made this up just now. Did you see where Devin Larratt made the funny video of Michael in Dubai
No.
with the? No, you
No,
lie.
I don't watch anything that's Devin Larratt produced.
You did
At
not.
all.
Cool
No.
burn. Cool burn. This is life. This is life. Cool burn. We're up in our game. We're finally live. So you didn't watch? He made a funny video
No.
where he was pretending to be Michael in Dubai. He had a big beard. Oh,
Doesn't seem that funny to me. Doesn't seem that funny to me.
My point is I think you would really hit a video out of the park if you made like similar but funny. Like if you told you were trying to be serious about some story, but in the end it was funny with some B-roll of you doing something around the house. I think it would be hilarious if you if you Saturday Night Lived that, but your version. Think about it for a second.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
Okay. Then I also sent you a video. So Michael Todd he's been in Dubai, what, like at least 2 or 3 weeks now?
Yeah, probably 10 days or so. Yeah, something like that.
And I looked it up. He's at about 750,000 views from all his videos.
Is that a lot?
I mean, that's not bad.
Nice.
I mean, in like 4 or 5 days, he might be up to 1 million. I don't know. But I think if you were going, if he continues to find success over there, I wonder if he doesn't come back. He's like,
yeah, I guess he's got his woman over there, so he could probably survive that.
Yeah. But one of his videos had 109,000 views with him showing the mountain and from the Game of Arms, that big guy. And when I watched that, all I think is current arm wrestlers do not want this guy to start arm wrestling. Because if that dude
or if they do, they want him to be taught by Michael and the rest of the morons that are taking all of his power away at all. Like, it's amazing to me how bad Michael was at explaining that top roll.
Wait, what?
Did you not see the clip?
I did, but I didn't see what you saw. What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw sloppy instruction. Sloppy instruction.
So the Mountain is arm wrestled a few times, right? So it's not like
yeah, in essence, the Mountain is terrible at arm wrestling. Good God. Larry Wills, on the other hand, looks like he might be turning the corner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Or it just shows more than ever how absolutely terrible Michael Todd is at pinning a arm that he has not already taken all of its strength away. Like, he really can't pin Larry. If I said go and told him he could have $2 million if he could pin him in 3 seconds, Mike can't do it.
Oh shit.
Can't do it. He can't do it to anybody. And it was obvious when he was hitting on Larry like that. Michael has extended his arm to the point of about right here, which means that for him to pin anything associated with that, he has to be 18 inches from the ground in order for that to be down. A guy like me, if I get down to where Michael is, the guy's pinned. But Michael is so stretched out with that King's move. It's like locking in about right in there. So everything, because he was going far, but he couldn't go any further.
Okay, so I was in a conversation where people were talking about Michael Todd's lock, and all they kept talking about is the knot extending. And I remember when I went to Michael Todd's house, he was telling me he also has a lock coming forward. So he goes like this. He goes, I can't touch my face unless I put my head into it. So he's like, my arm is limited this way. So when you're saying you got to set up like this nice and tight, Michael Todd can't even get his.
Well, you don't have to set up anyway, but you have to understand the difference in if you set up away from your body as to when you set up close to your body in relationship to where your body needs to be in order to have something hooked to that be under the pin line.
Yeah. Well, I just brought up, you said when I'm in like tight, I was saying like even Michael Todd's limited on his arm abilities coming in this way as well.
Yeah, he's absolutely destroyed the anatomy of his arm, right? From just grinding in that broke arm position for years.
So people were, I was monitoring another chat and they were like, oh, they look at Michael Todd and they see the lock, and they look at Devin, who also has a lock, not as extreme, but they're equating, newer arm wrestlers are equating, if I want to be high level, my arm is going to do that where I'm going to lose that functionality. And they were saying, is Larry Wheels susceptible to that happening to him? And all I kept thinking was like, I mean, if you're a little safer throughout your career, couldn't you avoid that kind of damage to your arm?
You would hope so. Yeah.
I mean, you hold out your arm. You can extend it, right? Yeah. So why?
Well, I'm not fucking handicapped like those two fucking retards. Yeah.
What I'm saying is you've been arm wrestling for decades as well. Why to the new arm wrestler out there, why do you have full?
Well, just a complete different approach. I mean, I have never been the type of guy that would die in order to win the match. And I believe that if you are a absolute grinder, and also if you're not that good, like let's put into context Devin Laird and Michael Todd's young career. They, in their brain, needed to be number one in the world, but their talent level was not number one in the world. So they got there through sacrifice. They did more. They were more dangerous than others.
If you want to be high level,
if you want to be high level and you do not possess high level skills, then you must do it with high level work ethic. High level work ethic in an unnatural game or movement, which arm wrestling is super unnatural. If you overdo it with heart and soul and fight and grit, you have the potential to not be able to straighten your arm out. That's the damage that could be done if that's how much work it took for your uncoordinated ass to actually be the champ.
Okay, I'm going to put a challenge out there to, I know like Coach Ray, voice of arm wrestling, he does a lot of the top
Are you asking Coach Ray to verify what the fuck I just said?
No.
Oh, okay,
I'm curious.
Because I am Coach Ray's daddy, just to let you know.
No. He does a lot of the top 10 videos.
Yeah.
And I want to know, because I'm not going to make this video, but I want to know if you do the top 10 arm wrestlers in the world, let's say over the past 10 years, how many of them have full extension versus a lock, to see what kind of impact to be at that level. 30%.
The more damage that is done to the pro arm wrestler, the more work that he felt he needed to put in. That's the scary dilemma. My dad said that anybody can be the best arm wrestler in the world, just if they want to work on it enough. The more skills you have, meaning the more natural things the Lord gave you, and the more you can work out in here so that you can be the most efficient possible. That's what you would like to do. That's what everyone would like to assume, that that's who the champ is, but it's not. The champ is also has to be careful that there is a lunatic on the other side of the table. And a lunatic to me. A lunatic to me would be the type of guy that did not have the proper skills, but would have to get a cup of bone taken out of his elbow because of how much work and grind that he decided to put in. And I saw it with Michael Todd for years and years and years. Just, I mean, he is at it. I mean, ugly, winning, sloppy, I mean, injuries. Yet he, in his mind, he did not care how far and how much it took.
Yeah. I mean, well, that was my point in this conversation I was having some peeps, is that Michael Todd is an extreme case. So that doesn't mean Larry Wheels would have to go down a similar path. We're putting his complete disregard to his health and safety on the line. The question I was asking you, if I take the top, let's say in the United States right now, just to keep it simple, if I take the top 154, 76, 98, 220s, and heavies, and I line them all up, how many of those guys can perfectly straighten their arms versus have some sort of lock?
Yeah, I'd say 90% of them are going to be perfectly fine, because you got to find that 10% guy who is willing to do that.
Yeah. So if you're talking to new arm wrestlers out there, it's you can't look at Michael Todd and it's not going to happen.
Michael Todd and Devin are retarded for doing that. So do not follow those people. Find your heroes in the Giannis's, in the John Brzezinks, in the Todd Hutchings. Do not put your love and faith into these strange people that are doing this alien type technique. Do not do that.
If I knew that I could, if I'm a competitive level arm wrestler and I knew that I can make a living at arm wrestling, let's say 10 years from now, I mean, if you put your arm completely at risk like that to get the payday, I mean, a lot of people might do it.
And a lot of people are uncoordinated. I think a lot of people are, if they want to do something special, it starts, middle, ends with a ridiculous amount of hard fucking work. Yeah. And then there's other people who have just enough skill level that they don't have to work as hard. So it seems pretty simple to me.
I have a comment that I've been meaning to ask you about for weeks now, and I finally have an opportunity to do it.
Okay.
Dexter Haven was really upset in one of our shows. He said you gave an amazing comment to something I said, and you answered it amazingly. and then he said I changed the subject instead of saying, "What? Tell me more about that."
Nice.
And so
Did he recap?
Yeah, I want to read what you said, and then I want to do what
elaborate.
I should elaborate.
Okay.
Quote, Travis Bagent says, "We spend 90%, 98% of the time working scenarios that only happen 2% of the time. Beginning of the match versus practice. Real life, real time, real refs, real set grips, real straps, winning the match at the beginning." That was your quote. And then I changed the subject apparently. Do you remember the context of that?
Yes. Well, I don't know about the context, but absolutely. I was trying to discuss to you and our viewers that we spend a lot of time at practice in after the go scenarios, yet none of those scenarios rarely happen during the tournament. I mean, what's happening during the tournament is there's 3 matches out of 100 that require the sophisticated in-match counters and movements and angles that would get you a win that you otherwise wouldn't have without that knowledge. Yet, what you really should be working on is how to be good at the 98% of every fucking else thing that's happening, which is they call you to the table, the referee puts you in a grip that one of you wasn't that comfortable with, says go, and one of you go a little too quick, boom, and it's over. That's what's really happening. So I am prepared for that. That is what I'm prepared for. I draw some criticism by not being more emotionally involved with the 2%. I don't care what happens after I don't get the hit or I don't get the grip that I want, because that's what's happening. Most of the time, getting the grip and the timing of the match is everything. So that's what I am going to spend all my time on. And that's what I recommend, that if you want to be a better arm wrestler, have fun at practice. If you want to start winning arm wrestling tournaments, then you need to work on the shit that's really happening.
So I went to one of my Arm Wrestling Chronicle videos where I
have you just done it again? Have you changed the subject again immediately?
No.
Go ahead.
No. One of my arm where I met Tendon Clan, I went to their practice. It was Arm Bet Meetup, and everyone was like slow polling. And I was like, hey, let's do some ready goes. And they said, we don't do that.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? Like, we just pull. That's like our work. I'm like, dude, I cannot slow pull and even ever come close to winning a match. So I personally have to practice a start. And it was completely shocking to me that they said our practices, we don't do goes.
Right.
Why is that a thing?
Well, I mean, here's the fact is if you were rehabbing or you were trying to get stronger, that's not a bad idea. But if that's what you do all the time, then don't be surprised if there's a guy that you can beat at practice in that slow pulling situation that, with the crowd and the lights and the prize, doesn't get a little more aggressive at the start and not make it so comfortable. And then you end up, and everyone has that guy that they thought for sure they could beat, and they can't understand why the guy's strong. Sean Turner, my rest in peace, my cousin Sean passed away about 4 or 5 months ago. Do you remember Big Sean?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Big Papa passed away.
I know.
But Big Papa was a terrible practice arm wrestler. I remember, I'm there, he's losing everybody. But when you called Sean Turner's name at the tournament, he was a beast. He was a beast.
And why?
He was different. Well, mostly because he understood how to start the match different in the tournament than what you started with a bunch of your buddies on Tuesday night at practice. And there is a difference. The fact is the hormones that go along with competition will make people different. And I see that happens too at practice. In practice, it's a fun environment. At the tournament, they got their neighbor there, they got their cousin there, the cameras are on. Dude, you got to get ready. And we all know that guy who, when you're by yourself, and there's a couple people around, you can talk a little shit to him, but you get to the park and there's 100 people around, you say one thing to him, he's ready to fight. Because you don't, it's a different setting here. It's a different setting. So I am super prepared for the tournament, not so super prepared for Tuesday night grind session for 3 hours.
I believe the comments were, it's not safe to practice goes. If I'm wrong, correct me. Is that?
I mean, I could understand why somebody would think that. I mean, it's not true in my opinion, but I do also understand that after you get some actual real-time goes, it's totally okay for the stronger guy to, start giving stuff up in order to make some different scenarios take place. But from what I see, no one's working on the goes. No one's working on the set grip. No one's working on their timing. They're all working on their hook and different positioning after they've already gotten rid of the initial impact of the ready go.
So you're specifically telling our audience, don't do that. Work on
every single thing that my audience and your audience does is wrong for the most part. They have, the whole process needs to be flipped up, scripted, and definitely put more into content of them actually winning a competition and not just participating in an arm wrestling practice.
I think that's really good advice. Someone commented on your training video, this is great for Travis, but his particular style isn't for everyone. What do you say about when someone talks about the way you do your, let's say your 1 hour Travis Bagent, here's how to arm wrestle. I mean, if I'm not necessarily your style of puller,
right?
I mean, is your
so the lesson that you've learned is to know what my style of puller is doing. So I would say that you can either become me or you can find out more information on how to beat a guy who has my similarities. But I will tell you this, anybody who tells you to arm wrestle a way that they don't arm wrestle is not the professional of that style. I will listen to Todd Hutchings talk to me about hooking. I will, right? I will talk to Devin Larrett about endurance. I will talk to Michael Todd about the King's move. But I will not talk to those guys about how they think I should arm wrestle, because they can't tell me how to arm wrestle. They can simply show me exactly what they do and what their theories are behind it. That way I have a better understanding of how they do it, and I can help it whenever I have exposure to it.
Okay. I'm going over the footage from John Brzenk and the Texas, and it's amazing stuff. You're going to get half of it. I'm going to get half of it. It's coming.
Could you hurry the fuck up? Is that possible?
No, listen.
I'm looking for 30,000 subscribers.
The John Brzenk content is timeless. So I was like, it's going to pop no matter what. Okay.
Put that on my site, the John Brzenk stuff.
Half and half.
The good stuff on my site. I need it. I'm trying to catch up.
In your segment, you said I just clamp straight down. And then John Brzenk says, I don't do that. Like, that's like a clear example of two people who are amazing at what they do, but completely.
And it's very simple, right? If you have John Brzenk's tools, meaning you have a hand of a fucking gorilla, right? If you are stronger than every other person in a hook, then I probably would pull differently if I had that. But because John Brzenk has that massive gorilla hand, I knew a long time ago that trying to control that will simply be impossible. Let me give him the best thing I possibly can for him to try to control, because that's what he's going to do. So let me set up, instead of having him control Chihuahua, let him try to control this fucking pit bull, right? And that's what my technique is. And listen, ask him who he feels the most uncomfortable with at the beginning of the match. And that's all we're looking for. You don't want a guy like him to be comfortable when they say go.
Oh, this is actually genius. Oh my gosh.
Light bulb just went on, right?
Dude.
If he's comfortable and I'm comfortable, he's stronger than me. If he's comfortable and I'm not comfortable, he's going to kill me. So what happens if he's not comfortable and I am comfortable? I got a fucking chance of killing him. The worst scenario that people have to face is what happens if he's uncomfortable and I'm uncomfortable. I am still willing to hit you like a fucking freight train, even if I'm uncomfortable, only because it took me to get uncomfortable to get you uncomfortable. And I'm not sure how much you have told yourself what you're supposed to do when you're uncomfortable, and your technique is about control and comfort.
So this is, man, I need you and John in the same room again, because the ultimate video, because he straight up said,
I told you that I wanted to do a video with Devin Larratt
dude.
where you ask him a question, he says red. You
Oh,
ask me the same
oh,
question, I say blue. I
Dude.
told you this. That's where our subscribers could flourish.
Well, listen, because
Devin, we need you, Devin.
Because John Brzenk, he basically said, I kind of almost disagree with almost everything Travis says. But that's when lies the beauty. If I had a soundbite of you saying something and then John Brzenk saying, I disagree, your response to why he disagrees is almost the money shot.
Yeah, and there are some things like, how about this? I can start in a uncomfortable position in the losing position because my timing is better than yours. So where we start is not where we're going to start because I'm starting first. So if I have to give you a little bit to put you in the right place, rather than if I take it now, you're going to adjust. I'd rather you adjust it after they said go than before.
Oh, this is like
I'm playing chess, Gary. I'm playing chess,
dude,
and everyone else is playing checkers.
Dude, I was just thinking, oh, this is like 3D chess because so Travis Bagent at that seminar, ladies and gentlemen, there's 99 people watching. Basically, Travis went through his whole spiel. And then John, the thing is, I was taping Michael Todd on the first segment. I wish I was taping John because he spent the whole time trying to contradict what you said. But John is looking through things from the prism of John Brzenk. Like,
it's a great fucking view. It's a great view. Yeah.
But you truly,
I'm not sure why they're doing all that 3-point shooting. All I have to do is dunk the fucking ball. I figured out that what I need to do is shoot 70% from 3 because I cannot stop you from dunking. That's how I can win the game.
So, I mean, holy shit, because it's actually it's like a 3-act story here. Travis is set up, John disagrees, and then you find out the 3 moves ahead really
is I already know why he disagrees, and I know why. Yeah. And I wish that I had that type of power, that type of control, and that type of all that, but I don't. And I got a feeling that some of the people listening don't have it either. We don't have those gorilla fingers. I mean, John Brzenk's thumb is twice as big as my thumb. Twice as big. His hands are long. He's fucking got sick pronator, sick hook pressure. He's got endurance. He's got an unbelievable will to win. I mean, you add all that up. If you're trying to measure yourself up to that, good fucking luck. So most of us start taking steroids or start using different techniques because we are not John Brzenk.
Holy shit, dude. Seriously, that just was like a whole nother level.
Gary, it doesn't matter how much steroids you take, you'll never get there, okay? It's only for people that are close, close to them.
I was really I was at that seminar and I was like, ooh, John just like negated everything Travis
He's been doing that my whole life. No matter what I say, I call him all the time with the great news. And he says, doesn't sound that great to me. I'm like, you're the worst. You're the worst.
I love John Brzenk, but I do remember our early conversations where I was like telling him about my big dream. And he's like, man, good luck with that. Like,
probably won't work, Gary. Just my opinion. Yeah. And don't call me because I'm not interested.
Yeah. John would be like, sounds tough, huh? Good luck. I'm like, way to squash a man's dreams, bro.
That's my dog right there. Him and Bob Brown both. If I ever want to break down to reality, I call Bob and John, and they're like, no, it's a terrible idea. Yeah. I'm like, okay, appreciate you.
Oh shit. I'm like, before I came back into the sport of arm wrestling, because I was so ingrained in the CrossFit world, I wanted to have I wanted to have an arm wrestling tournament where before you arm wrestled the
You
guy,
had to do Fran, right? You had to do Fran or something.
well, you had to do something. Like we'd have pull-ups, we'd have a ball for ball squats or wall. Oh my gosh, you'd have to do some sort of like 1 minute exercise, like let's say max burpees 30 seconds, and then you'd arm wrestle, just to put everyone who was about to arm wrestle in some sort of state of fatigue and shock that they weren't expecting. Like you wouldn't know that. And I told Bob Brown that, and he's like, that is the stupidest.
Bob
is the stupidest idea I have ever heard. You will have no arm wrestlers show up at your tournament.
Zero. Bob was at the TAL, and I made him work because I was in a little bit of a shock. And I was like, Bob, you're working whether you like it or not. He's like, no, I'm not working. Yes, you are working, or you have to leave. So he ended up agreeing, and he did the work. But he's like, yeah, I was listening to Gary, and you talk about the bracket in the round robin. Is he stupid? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I understood everything you were saying. List, tournament, bracket, whatever you want. Make a fucking list. We got to have a list, something. And I was like, yeah, Bob, I know that you understood that. Yeah. Because you're one of the few people.
Eric, Bob, I still love you, Bob.
Hey, anybody who can drive to Martinsburg, West Virginia, I expect to see you here on January 30th. We are having the Sarah Bachman, the Todd Hutchings, the Paul Lynn, the Michelle Dugan, the Travis Bagent seminar. We are going 1 mile down the road to the Mountaineer Pub. We are going to have an extraordinary show for about an hour and a half. It's all going to be live on Travis Bagent Unfiltered, the whole fucking thing. So if you can make it here, we need you here. We need some studs to fill in that bracket.
There's 109 people online.
Did we make any money? Super chat.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon and East Coast time. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Brad's Lawns says
that's my guy. He's coming. He should be coming, right? Is Brad coming to the tournament? Is Brad a local guy?
He said this is a effing master's course in arm wrestling.
Amen. Ask Brad's Lawns if he's from Martinsburg, Hedgesville, West Virginia.
Type in the text. Eric McAtee, which I believe you.
Nah, man, Eric's an asshole. He told me we was gonna have a big tournament in Idaho or Iowa. Where's he at? Where's he at?
He told you he was just researching. Researching.
Nah. I need a deposit, Eric. I need a deposit.
He would like to know. He put a $10 super chat. Thank you, Eric.
Not enough, Eric.
He would like to know, Travis, what things specifically did Ray Patton and John Brzenk help you with in your career?
Ray Patton taught me exactly how to administer and manipulate the AAA strap that was being used at the AAA Nationals and all the events on the East Coast. I was in a tournament in Wally's Bar and Grill back in Maryland, and I'm pulling against George Stanton. I'm 20 years old, and I'm really giving them all their business. And then the last 4 matches of the day, I lost 2. I was undefeated in the heavies and the 220 class. George Stanton had to beat me twice, and Dave Morocco had to beat me twice in order for them to win. And they both did, and they did it by slipping and getting in the strap. And the third time I lost, Les Williams looked at me and he said, dude, you really need to learn to pull in the straps. And I was like,
wait, how old were you?
22, maybe 20 years old, somewhere there. And I was like, oh, really? I said, okay. So I went back, and Ray Patton lives in my town. And I called him from my dad's, and I said, Ray, I need you. I know this is probably a sensitive subject for you, but you need to show me how to beat these fucking guys in the straps, because I am killing them without the strap. But, so he came over and set me up and showed me about how much of my hand needed to be in there and all that good stuff. And so Ray is a huge right away. I was the man when Ray left me, and I'm 20 years old. As far as John Brzenk, what John Brzenk did for me was give me a hero. He gave me the level that I needed to be at. And a lot of times, none of us know what the level is. Like, do you know how good you need to be to win a shooting contest with a 9mm? Right? Like, you might go out, yeah, right, because you could go out with your neighbor, take 2 shots, hit the bullseye, and think that you might be able to be a competitive shooter. But what if you found out that a competitive shooter could do that 600 times without missing?
Yeah.
Guys like Steph Curry. Steph Curry has given the world a level that can be done. So there will be shooters as good or better than Steph Curry now, and they're probably 8 years old right now. But to them, that seeing that stroke and seeing that result, to them, it's possible now. So the only thing to do is to be better than that. So John Brzenk gave me that measuring stick. Without him, I would have thought that I was better than what I was earlier in my career, because I didn't know that there was such a big difference between Ron Bath and John Brzenk, or a difference between Dave Randall and John Brzenk. But the fact is there is. So before you ever think that you are going to be the man, make sure that you understand what the man looks like, and you should touch him. You're right. Make sure that you can humanize him a little bit, because that way you won't be so surprised if you end up being better than them.
Amazing. I mean, those are Eric, that I think is a great answer to your question. Michael Harris, $5.
No, let's get the tournament. Let's get the tournament up, Eric. What the fuck are we waiting for?
Michael Harris, $5 super chat. Thank you. Dang. Gary, come to Columbus and get this arm bet challenge. Columbus, Ohio is not that far from me. So I think that is entirely possible. I will say again, guys.
Are you back? Are you back in the graces? Are you and Leonard Denise tight? Are you going to be going to the Arnold? Is that something that you'll be doing?
Well, I know people get mad at me for putting
sometimes you don't know it.
I know people get mad at me for putting out my drama on the internet, but I will just let it be known that as far as I know, Leonard and Denise and I were awesome. However, I have wronged one Denise Waddles.
You've wronged her?
Yeah.
I love it. $5 super chat I'm giving you for ARMTV. What'd you do to the fucking devil?
She gave me a box of tapes. Okay, I learned a long time ago, like way back in the day, like America's Funniest Home Videos. If you submitted videos to them, like you wanted your video to be on America's Funniest Home Videos, it was in big ass writing. If you submit this video, you do not get the tape back. Big writing. Like they don't return tapes. Well, back in the day, I used to say to people, if you give me your VHS tape, I will convert it to DVD. So you give me the footage to put on ARMTV, and therefore I share the footage with ARMTV members. And then you get the service of getting it copied. But she gave me a big box of tapes. I don't remember what year. and
I got those tapes, Denise.
bless her heart. She is a patient saint, because she used to ask, I think it was when I was beginning to transition out. I'm not 100% sure, but I was so busy filming that copying tapes over from VHS, I was less reliant on the old content and not as excited or eager. Well, I don't know the exact reasons. It's a lot of work to convert VHS to DVD. FYI, that's why people charge you good money for that. Well, I don't think I ever even shared that box of tapes. So it just sat. And then she's like, can I get the box back? And I was like, oh, well, I meant to copy them and I never did. long story short, a couple years ago, I was like, okay, I'll just send you the box. But the box of tapes was in storage in San Diego, and I was living in Northern California. And she would call me every few months. She's like, have you been to your storage yet? I'm like, no. Then I end up moving to Chicago, and now I moved on and she's like, are you serious? Like, when are you gonna send the tapes?
What an asshole.
I'm like, I know.
Listen, Denise Waddles, you rest assured I will go to get those tapes for you, okay? Just so that we can let bygones be bygones.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
I could tell.
Okay, Mika, $4.99 super chat. Perfect time to ask Travis how he laid John down slowly with hand control at the 2006 Mike Gould finals. I don't know if you watched that video, but you guys had some sort of deal where you did not arm wrestle. He laid down to you twice.
Yeah, the deal was that I was stronger than him by fucking far that day. That's what happened. So the deal was, and then I was also stronger than him a week later. But because he laid down to me at the Mike Gould Classic, I let him win the ROTN, if you remember correctly. And we split both of those checks because John wasn't sure that he could win the left-handed supers or the left-handed class at all. So I told him, listen, you get in the right-handed and the left, or you do whatever you want left-handed, but get in the right-handed, your class and my class. That way we can get first and second place money. And even if you don't win, but he was so damn strong, he ended up winning the left-handed too. So it worked out perfect for us.
I'm going to go on record and say I hate it.
Yeah. I understand completely. Yeah. I understand completely. But you have to know that there was enough sharks in that water there that if John and I were to get in a stupid match, there wouldn't be any money for any one of us for that event. So that was we won $4,000 each that weekend. And then we come right back and you gave us another, I don't know, a lot of money too at the RTN, right?
Yeah.
2,000 or something left and right.
I'm going, let me just spit this out as you're a promoter, but let's say you're an arm wrestler in this scenario and I'm the promoter and I say, I'm giving away all this money. If you have a deal, I don't want to know about it and I can't freaking smell it. I should not see it. You find a way to make me not know that shit happened. Because
I mean, listen, if John was in multiple weight classes though, so you have to know that he had to really be smart. Like, I mean, he has to be careful in the super heavies in order not to slip up and have trouble with Devin and Ron at this time, so that's not bad strategy for a guy like John Brzenk. I did nothing wrong. Okay. I went up to the table and I won. John went up to the table, won his class and laid down to the only guy that could potentially make it dangerous for him to win his class. So as upset as you want to be, it would have been weird if we wouldn't have pulled each other and we were only in one class together. That would have been weird. I agree.
I know, but now I'm asking you to judge me as a promoter. If I say, hey, dude, I need matches. Yeah. I'm giving away money to get matches.
If you don't want that to happen, do not let people pull double weight classes in your tournament because once they do, there will be a strategy as the tournament gets later in the day. Especially if there's good money. Like, you have to know that guys are going to play the financial card later in the event. Even if it's just playing the winner's bracket championship, that you go down on purpose so that you can get second place instead of third place. You have to know that that's the reality of tournament arm wrestling. There's really no way to stop it.
So if a promoter says, if there's any sort of colluding, you forfeit prize money. Isn't it just extreme example?
Yes.
Is that weird to have as a rule?
No, it wouldn't be weird. It wouldn't be weird. Nothing would change though, except it would look a little better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm making a TV show. I need the audience at home to not know that you guys are just fucking around and had a deal. Like,
I got you. Yeah. And you just need to know that Mike Gould wanted us there desperately. So that's why he put out the money there. And then we told Mike Gould, Mike, listen, John's going to pull in the super stew because we're going to take that second place money too. But just know that he can't fuck with me right now. I am a stupid, strong motherfucker right now. So what do you propose he do? How would you like it to go down? If you want us to not talk to each other and fake it, we will. But just remember that Mike Gould was not running a TV show. He was running an arm wrestling tournament. You, my friend, were doing the TV show. And if you would have been paying us, we would have made it look better for you too. And if you make the weight class 199 and over and only let people pull one class, then you don't have to worry about that because John would have went hard. But there was no need to risk that. And he knew exactly where he was.
Stacy Morgan, more super chats. He wants to respond to what I said. And he said, all I'm trying to do is build a connection with you and Travis before your channels explode so that you know I'm here for the arm wrestling community before it happens. Thank you, Stacy.
So Stacy, you really think we're going to blow up?
Yeah.
My man.
What? Okay, let me just check to make sure I haven't missed any more super chats.
I need to give a big shout out to a new sponsor, though. Mortgage right here in Martinsburg, West Virginia, gave the Beast $2,500 to be the title sponsor for the January 30th event.
Congratulations.
That is something, isn't it? The guy's name is Sean Smith. What a fucking stud, man. A childhood friend calls me up, says, yo, I want to blow this event up. What do I have to do? I said, my man, I'm about to go sell this title sponsorship to Larry DeMarco and my boys over at Modern Renovations. But if you want me to slide by your office first, he said, I'm ready right now, Trav. So Sean Smith, Mortgage Right, we appreciate you, young man.
That's amazing. And you know, we're up to 127 people watching the show live.
How much money? How much money did we make? How much money did we make?
I have no idea.
I'm all about the money.
So I have a question.
What you got?
Uncle John, he
Who's
puts
that?
out.
Who's that? Who's that?
He's my brother from another mother. He puts out a back pressure video where he compares different back pressure weights, trying to see what your max is. And it really sparked up kind of some interest. And then Ryan Blue Bowen, he put out his, and then Lachlan Adair, I guess, did like a world record or something.
Absolutely pointless lift.
What do you tell me? What do you mean?
I mean, the handle that they're using, what if it could move up, down, left, and right and not be so stagnant to their pressure? Nothing. No one cares how much back pressure you have when you have the best grip you could ever have. What if you have my grip? How much is your back pressure? That's the key to that. Everyone's comfortable when they do that. Yet no one's comfortable when the match starts.
So you're saying if somehow that handle could give some Travis Bagent pressure, it would completely change the amount of weight you're applying.
If that handle had its own mind, and every time it didn't like how comfortable you were, it moved a little bit and manipulated. And what if the handle was really big or really small? What if it was trying to get out of your hand this way as you were trying to hold it and wasn't sucked in there perfect? That is a worthless exercise to me. Now, I'm not saying it's now what would make that exercise good is if they just made a fist and put the strap around the fist, but they don't. They open their hand and they put it in their hand, which means they have to hold on to it.
Wait.
That's
Start over. What you're saying would make it better?
If they arm wrestled like me and they just made a fist and they put that strap around the fist, right?
Yeah.
Not inside the hand or hooked to the thumb or the bottom of the wrist, just your hand. Now you would have, because you can always make a fist, right? But you can't always control other people's hands because you don't know the positioning of their hands until it's the real time.
So you're saying a better comparison on that kind of a lift is to not actually grip, just put the weight right on the fist. Bam.
100%.
Okay,
Yep.
so Uncle John, hope you're watching, or Ryan Bluebone. You guys created a bunch of excitement around this, but now we got to redo it with the strap.
Well, I mean, I've been in those scenarios with those things, and it's a good, fun test, but it's, you can't put utensils in place of human beings and think that human reaction is not going to change everything.
Obviously, but it is kind of fun, and it does test your strength ability.
I agree, but also know too, the strongest they are is not a terrific arm wrestling position. Meaning, if you put your hand, you'd have all those guys redo that test, but make sure their thumb has to touch their face the whole time. Because it seems to me like they're not that strong here, but about right here, it starts to lock up. Well, that's not good. I want to know how much back pressure you have when it's here.
Ooh.
Oh! Because, hey, I'm really scared of this guy, not so much of this guy. Just personal. Just personal. So.
That's really good shit. Uncle John, I'm expecting a response show.
Same everything, but stick that thumb out and put it right to your face somewhere. And then let's see who the strongest is. Because that position is scary. This one here, where it's really your lat and your shoulders shoved up there into your damn ear. Not so.
Holy shit, that's really good.
I'm killing that guy. That's all I'm saying. I'm killing that guy.
When we brought that up, I did not know. Gary, I was going to ask, hey, can we see you do a back pressure thing? And that was really good. Yeah.
Gary, you're welcome, Gary. You're fucking welcome.
No,
and
really.
Yes, that is the NAL logo, not the NAP logo that Bill Collins stole. This is the NAL logo.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, what's up with Bill Collins? Any conversations?
Bill Collins. I would just like to tell you right now. Let's just put it out there right now.
Have you spoken to Bill Collins?
We've had a little message tag. No, message tag saying, okay. I called him. He's like, I'm at work, and he's texting me back, but we haven't actually talked. But I want to go. I want to go on record. Someone tell Bill Collins, I need Bill Collins' story. So he's going to have to come on the show. We can just quickly.
I got news for you. I'll interview Bill.
Yeah.
That way we take away the weirdness of you and him contradicting each other or anything.
But
I'm going to get Bill.
Now that I've got all these now that I've got the system to start getting cool stories, I want to hear Bill Collins stories. And so he's going to have to.
Bill Collins, I don't think y'all going to be that tight anymore.
No.
But you did question his entire integrity on the internet. Okay.
I mean, I was
countless times. It's okay, man. Hey, listen, I took care of it for you, Gary. Don't worry about it, man. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But you scared me. You told me
that was part of me The part of me helping you was telling Bill, yes, Bill, we will scare the fucking deadlights out of him for being such a douchebag and not just calling you. And all you had to do was say, Bill, I'm beneath you. I need this. It is who I am. It is my only calling in life besides Bubs and my beautiful new wife. But I love you. Please let me have it. Thank you. And he would have said, yeah, Gary, no problem. But because you chose the other way, we had to fuck with you a little bit. But hey, how good of news is it? Because I made you feel real bad. Yeah. I went hard right in there. And I told Bill, I said, Bill, I'll teach him a lesson, Bill. But you know how easy it is to be hard on your boys you love when you already know the truth? Yeah. Like I already knew you wasn't going to lose the company. So it was easy to say you're fucked. You know, if you really would have been fucked, I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I'd have just went like that every time.
I still would like to know. I want to know
Don't say nothing stupid. Don't say
I want to
nothing
know
stupid.
the UAL story.
The UAL story is that Bill has been given the company, yet Bill is not dumb enough to spend all the money that he spent. That's all.
Yeah. Mad Tiger TV, super chat, $5. Thank you very much. I don't know where we're up to, but we've done a little bit. He
Killing
says, what the hell is up with these delusional Aussies? Bring in Toddzilla, then calls him out, making strength comparisons to Levon, etc. What is Blue smoking? I don't know about all that.
Blue is smoking arm wrestling royalty. Dude's a stud. Like, here's the thing. He's so credible that we are trying to uncredit him. That's how, and I mean, the dude's a beast. The Todd Hutchings thing does surprise me a little bit because, I mean, Ladair, Bowen, and Todd Hutchings are three of the nicest people I've ever been around. The fact that they have this whatever situation, to me, it seems staged and fake in order to get some sponsors. I thought maybe I'm still very surprised after knowing those three people that they would be involved in any kind of a serious disagreement. Do you know if it's serious or not?
I have. Oh, yeah. My bad. I talked to Todd Hutchings.
Right. Was that all a joke or is that real?
No, he was. So here's the thing. I remember Todd Hutchings back in the Northeast board days. He's like an intellectual troll. Like,
definitely.
Like he
sarcastically demeaning you with you maybe not knowing it.
Yeah. Todd Hutchings is a very smart man, and he has the ability to troll on a level that a lot of people wouldn't fully get or just realize somehow I know he's offending me. And he can have he's a funny guy, and he has these.
I noticed that he's funny to himself. Like he will laugh at a joke, a comment of his own.
Yeah.
Right after he says it, but not everyone's laughing.
And he has a zero fucks given kind of way about him. And it's so, I think he said some offhanded comment like, yeah, those Aussies are smoking. And then I guess they got offended or something. But it's like, Todd Hutchins just being funny, trolling kind of.
Yeah. The funny thing is about Ryan is nobody really knows how good he is. Right. Like the dude's pretty fucking good, yet he talks like he is really fucking good. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting to see what this 10-month COVID did to him because he was on a very upward plane and now he added that whole Todd Hutchings schedule. And I'm not sure if he fucked his shoulder up or how bad it is, but he looks like he's a pretty damn good to me.
So when I came into the sport, I researched all Ryan Bowen's videos because Bob Brown told me to. He's the guy who kind of has been doing it since you've been gone. You should go watch his shit. And I was like, man, he's certainly.
Oh, he's a beast.
He speaks well. He knows how to articulate like you know how to articulate arm wrestling to people. He's one of those guys. He knows how to, like when I watched it, I was like, I feel dumb after. I can't describe that shit.
Yeah. Well, also too, make sure that when someone does explain it to you, you can understand it. Because if they just say big words, that don't necessarily mean that they can help you. But layman's terms, seriously, can you tell me what the fuck is happening right now? And I think that I agree with you that Ryan Bowen is a important person. And I think he's going to get bigger.
Budzilla super chatted $9.99. Thank you, Budzilla. No question.
Budzilla. I don't know you, but I love that name. Yeah. Is that the guy who wants to do some stuff or no?
I know. Budzilla is a guy we met on your channel. He loved Travis Bagent. He hated Gary Roberts, but he's since converted and realized I'm not so bad.
Yeah, right. I got you.
Okay, Mika, $4.99 super
Hold
chat.
on. What did Budzilla want? Did Budzilla have a question?
No, he just
Oh,
gave us
okay.
money.
I got you. No problem. Thank you, player.
Mika, $4.99 super chat. Bam. Mika's a big fan of all of ours. He's a huge supporter.
Mika.
He says, what and how did you train specifically to get into your 2006 form? Question mark. How did your strength change so much to surpass John?
I got a
space of time.
I got a $5,000 my first Biotech sponsor, and I got $5,000 a month. So I felt obligated to make sure that they were sponsoring the best arm wrestler in the world. So from 2005 to 2007, I was a bad dude until that sponsorship ran out.
Oh, so money can motivate you in the right way too.
I mean, listen, when they pay you to be the guy and it's legitimate, yeah. You know, that was less time I had to hustle and make money other ways.
So you're saying if I'm a big time sponsor and I came and I gave Travis Bagent, I'm going to give you 5G for the next 12 months to be the best in the world. I'm
going to be a real special human being about the 4-month mark. Very special.
I mean, money talks, right?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it? Yeah, right now, man, I'm getting up. I got shit to do. I got about a $9,000 a month nut to crack. I need $9,000 cash in order to make all this happen. Right now, a lot of people need more than that. A lot of people can make it for less than that. I have a wife and 4 kids and poor ass mom and poor ass brother. So it requires $9,000. So if somebody picks up that $9,000, then I don't have to worry about going and getting it. And I can start just on wrist curls and pull-ups. So you let me know if anybody's interested in that.
John says I missed the super chat. Which one? I'm scrolling back. Let me just look real quick.
Ask it again, John, and we won't even charge you for this one. That's how nice we are.
Oh, Ray, $5 super chat. For Gary to shut the F up when Travis tells the Moldova story. He says I ruined the Delta story.
I was thinking the same thing. Every story I tell on here, this fucking guy won't stop interrupting.
How did I ruin the Delta?
You've ruined every story, Gary, with setting the context. Oh, let me set the context for all of you that don't know, meaning me, Gary Roberts. I don't fucking know. Let me stop everything, even though 80% of the population is right on point because of the delivered message is so on point.
I will use a perfect example. I don't know if I'm guessing you have not taken the time to watch my Bruce Wayne, John Grizzly story, but like, it's an amazing story and you have to like sometimes ask the right question or ask something. And there's a point in there, I won't give it away, but there's a point. If I don't interrupt and I don't ask a certain question, I miss out on some huge revelations. It's like, I had no idea it was going to go there, blah, blah, blah.
And I will tell you this, when people do say things that aren't so nice about your skills, Gary, and I comment right away that I agree with them, I am lying. Yeah. You're my dog, okay? I think that you do perfect work. Better than perfect work. So remember that, folks. It's all fun and games, but if you got a problem with Gary, you got a problem with the beast, all right? So remember that. I do like to bust his balls, though. Yeah. So continue with the fun remarks.
Okay, I am shocked that 100. Well, I'm actually not that shocked. When Michael Todd does his live, he's getting like
what's
hundreds.
What's he do? Well, you just said we had 100.
No. I'm saying like, I'm surprised we have 128 in the middle of the day watching, but it's like, right. I mean, I guess a lot of people are just on YouTube now, like just during the day, got nothing better to do to watch ARMTV. Booyah. But we can still go higher because Michael Todd, when he goes live, he can get 300 to 600. So
I don't, man, fuck Michael Todd and Devin Larrett. Stop mentioning those guys' name on this damn show.
Dude, we need those guys.
Nah. It makes me feel inferior. I hate it
Well,
when you say them guys' names.
We have growth on our channel, and they could help us. Okay.
We're going bigger than that. I got big plans, baby. I got big plans.
All right. We're wrapping up the show before my bubby is awake.
Yay! I love it.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank you, Travis. Tell us where you're going to be this weekend.
I am going to be this weekend at home chilling, but next weekend.
What? I thought you were going to California.
No, I'm not going to California. No, I'm not going to Todd Hutchins. And no.
Oh,
no,
that's a different. That's Todd Hutchins.
That's Todd's seminar. He's there doing the one at Paulie's house, trying to perfect his skills before he meets up with the beast. January 30th, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Todd Hutchins, Sarah Bachman, Paul Lynn, Michelle Dugan, Travis Bagent, Simon Barachoa, the leader of the United States Arm Wrestling, will be there. Bill Runkle will be there. Dave Morocco. We're going to have a big time event. Come hang out with us.
Hybrid Gabriel from Hawaii just came in. Hybrid.
Are we back? Are we back? Are we back?
My man, Gabriel, I want you to know that there's now a master plan how to blow this shit up.
And
we could use some
don't
sponsorship.
ever threaten me again with no Devin Larrett Strand, okay? Ever.
We could use some sponsorships. Let me tell you, we could crack this nut out of
Beast Bud. Beast Bud.
We can do some cool shit. Ladies and gentlemen, over 100 of you guys ended up tuning in for this show. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to go live every time just to give it out real quick to the people who are here. And I think it's fun to have that community engagement. Travis, we'll see you next week, bitch.
Later.
Peace.